My name is Warren Brooks. I'm 72 years old. I've also been fortunate to have sailed most of the world, in a sailing trip when it was safe to do. And I am a survivor. And I want to tell part of my story. I suffered greatly when I was a child, but the only thing that's really happened, I lost my childhood. I went into this home, it was the Burnside Homes for Children in North Parramatta in Sydney. I just turned 7 years old. I realised that something dreadful was happening when you see boys coming back. In a dormitory, you see boys coming back from back into their bunk, and then they'd be sobbing for hours. And you just realise that something is dreadfully wrong. It was a pedophile. We didn't know it was a pedophile back then, running the place. It was, and he had a wife who supported him in the endeavours. And I found out that, I realised that he loved 11-year-old boys. When I turned 10, was probably the worst year of my life, because I didn't want to turn 11. I tried to shrink into any little alcove I could disappear in, curled up into a ball, trying to escape. And you couldn't escape. And the realisation came just before my 11th birthday that it was going to happen, or I make a choice. The first choice was suicide. The second choice was to take control of my life. And the third choice was just to keep things going as they are and accept it. I found it very beneficial to have the staff of No More actually listen to me and put all that work together. It took me something like about 6 months just to write my application, and having that done by No More was a real relief to me. You got to have people who are very smart, but also very caring. I knew I had a lot of anger, and anger could come out any time. I had to control it, because when you're in business, you can't have anger come out at any time. You wouldn't survive in the business. So I had to control it. I was fortunate enough, a good friend who advised me, asked me to go sailing. I sailed for 3.5 years. I did over 30,000 nautical miles. And spending that time at sea, sometimes weeks and weeks on end, when you're on the ocean, I actually found inner peace. And that inner peace, the connection with the ocean, was a very, very good feeling. My anger dissipated. It totally dissipated because of inner peace. You have to, once you find inner peace, you've got to continually work on maintaining inner peace during your life. This whole journey has been good for me, because the major thing that I didn't have, that I lost when I was 11 years old, was emotions and love.